If you have ever tried to translate word from English, that's exactly why you're getting confused. In English, you say, I have to work. And beginners try to copy that structure directly into Spanish, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because Spanish works different. It's a different language, so it makes sense that we have different structures. So I'm gonna show you this system that once you see it, it clicks immediately. I'm Carlos, headmaster and creator of the Spanish B.O.S.S. And today, I'm going to break down two of the most important structures we have in Spanish, tener and tener que. So you know exactly when to use each one, and you can start using that correctly right away. So, vamos a darlo. So normally, when people start learning Spanish, they get confused with one verb, and it's this verb, tener, that means to have. And they get confused because they don't know if they need to say just tener, or they don't know if they need to say tener que. So that's what we're learning today, and it's very simple. So this video is going to be pretty short because this is a very simple topic, okay? So first, let's start with the conjugation, okay? Let me just show you the conjugations of the verb tener. So the first thing we need to know about the verb tener is that it's irregularly conjugated in present tense, okay? So if I say tener que, like the verb in the natural form, I'm just saying to have. Then if I say tengo que, it's just I have. Tienes que, you have. Ella tiene que, she has. Él tiene que, it's just he has. Tiene que is it had. Tenemos que, we have. Ellos tienen que, they have. Or ustedes tienen que, it's just you guys have. Now, something important. It is better to learn this verb with this que included, okay? So basically, let's just try to learn tener including this que by default. So let's say always tener que, not just tener. And this is just because if you have to say it and you don't say it, people don't get it. But if you don't have to say it and you say it, people still get it, okay? So it's better to say it all the time. But let me just show you really quick the rule that we use to know if we need to say this que or not, okay? So this is the rule that we're going to be using. Very simple. So we say tener, and then if the next word is a verb, then use que. So if we say tener and the next word is not a verb, then don't use que. That's it. It's that simple, okay? But let me just show you a few examples so we understand better the whole thing, okay? Let's go. So now let's go with these two examples, and I'm gonna be using positive form in both cases just to make it easier, right? But the first example says, I have to buy a new car, and the second example says, I have a new car, okay? So okay, let's start saying I have, but in Spanish it will be just tengo. But now, what is the rule telling me? Well, the rule is telling me that if I say tener, right, that in this case, we're just saying tengo because it's a conjugation, but this tengo comes from tener because this is the verb in the natural form, okay? But the rule is telling me if I say this word, or tengo, right, and the next word is a verb, then I need to use the que. So let's see, I have here this word, to have, right? And then the next word is a verb. How do I know that it's a verb? Because I'm saying to buy. That means that this role is being accomplished. That means that I need to use this que. So I'm just going to say here, tengo que. Then we just need to say to buy, that is just a verb in the natural form. That probably you guys know this one already. It will be just comprar. Then a new car, this is just context, okay? So let's say just un carro nuevo. And that's it. So I have to buy a new car. It will be just tengo que comprar un carro nuevo. That's it. We're using que because the word that comes after tengo, it's a verb. It's comprar. It's a verb. It's to buy, right? That means we need to use this que. That's it. Now, let's do this example. I have a new car. So let's go one more time. I have. It's just tengo. But what is the rule telling me? Then if I say tener and the next word is a verb, then I need que. But if I say tener and the next word is not a verb, like I have a new car, this is not a verb, that means that this que won't be required. So I'm just not going to say this que, and that's it. So I just need to say a new car that we already know that is un carro nuevo, right? So let's say that's it, okay? So now let's go with these two examples. Let's start with this. She doesn't have to come. This is negative form, right? And if we have explained in previous videos that, by the way, if you haven't watched those videos yet, I'm just going to leave the link here, right? Hey, before continuing, if you're serious about speaking Spanish faster, join my school community. Try everything free for 7 days. You will get full access to all my courses, the Spanish Listening Lab, free live masterclasses, and direct support from native Spanish professors. No risk and absolutely no tricks. Just see how much progress you can make in the next 7 days. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, so go and check it out. And before continuing, please, if you haven't subscribe. It really means the word to me. It helps me a lot, and it's for free, so it costs you nothing. So go and subscribe before you forget it, right? So let's continue. So basically, negative form of we have been saying during all this time, it is just exactly the same as positive form, but we just need to say no right before the verb. So let's say first the positive form, right? So the positive form in this case, it will be she has to come. So let's go. She has, as we know already, is just ella tiene, right? Now, do we need to use que or not? Let's check it out. So we're saying she has to come, right? To come, it's a verb. So I'm saying tener, and the next one is a verb, that means we need que. That's it. So we're just going to say ella tiene que. And then to come is just a verb in the natural form, right? So we're just going to say venir, and that's it. Now we have ella tiene que venir, like she has to come, but that's the positive form. But we don't need the positive form, we need negative form. So the only thing we need to do is just add no right before the first verb. In this case, the first verb is just this tiene. That means we're just going to add no here. So we are just going to say ella no tiene que venir. And that's it. See? Now let's go with this example. Do you have her number? And this is question form, right? And as you guys probably know already, question form is exactly the same as positive form. Basically, you just need to say positive form, but we just need to make it sound as a question. So let's say first the positive form of this. So let's say you have her number. So let's go. So for you have, we're just going to say tienes. Now let's check the rule. Do I need to say tienes or tienes que? Let's check it out. So we're just saying if we say tienes and the next one is a verb, we use que. If it's not a verb, then que is not required. It's not needed. In this case, we're saying you have and then her number. This is not a verb. That means we don't need this que. That's it. So we just need to say this, that is just context, okay? So let's say, tienes su número, you have her number. Now, how do we turn this thing into a question? Well, we just need to add question marks, and you just need to say it as a question. You just need to make it sound as a question, and that's it. So instead of saying, tienes su número, you're just going to say like, tienes su número, and that's it. You just need to make it sound as a question, and that's it, right? So if you see it, this is pretty simple. This is not rocket science, right? So basically, just use que if the next one is a verb, and don't use que if the next one is not a verb. That's it. And just to be sure that everything is crystal clear, as always, I'm just going to leave you guys with a few phrases here that you need to translate into Spanish and leave it in the comments, just to check it out if everything is understood correctly, right? Just to check it out if everything is crystal clear. So let's go. So okay, here are the three phrases, right? So we're saying positive form, he has to speak with you, okay? Negative form, they don't have time today. And question form, it will be, what do you have to do? And just in case you don't know how to create questions using this what in front, you can check also the other video where I explain how to use questions and how to create real life questions in Spanish. And well, I guess with this, we have got to the end of this video. I hope everything is crystal clear, but just in case you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments, all right? So with that being said, thank you very much for your attention and nos vemos la próxima. Todo bien. Chao.